Once there was a snail which was climbing a tree during winter. We all know the speed of a snail. There was a small sparrow which was sitting on the tree and mocking at the snail. You fool, there are no leaves here, not even a fruit for you to eat. What are you climbing this tree for with so much of strain and struggle? The snail replied, if I start now, I would reach the branches or the leaves during spring, and that would be the right time for me to have my food. What quality of the snail do we see here? It's persistence. Persistence is another attribute to great personality. The snail did not give up. The snail knew that its goal, its dream, his objective is there to reach the branches, to reach for the leaves. Though he had started the wrong time, he knows that by the time he reaches there, he will reach there. He will know by the time he reaches there, the spring would have come up, and then the leaves would have come, the fruits would have come up. So the discouraging words of the bird, of the sparrow, did not disturb or deter the snail. Such is the attitude of persistence. You need to know where you have set your goal, and you need to work towards it. Nothing should deter you. What we learned this one particular lesson from the snail is no hurry to success. Never be in a hurry to reach success. Be persistent. That doesn't mean you just sit back. Be persistent, keep working, but wait for the favorable situation to reach success. Do not be in a hurry. Imagine if the snail had started during spring, if he had started to climb the tree during spring, when would he have reached the branches? So he knew that he's supposed to start during winter so that by the time he reaches the branches, it would be spring and would be the right time for him to have, reach his goal. So don't be in a hurry to achieve success. But work hard. As I said, just because I said don't be in a hurry, that doesn't mean that you lay back, you sit. Keep working hard. Persistence is nothing but being firm in spite of difficulty. You ought to learn to be firm. There might be difficulty, there might be opposition, but yet you choose to be firm. That is called persistence. It is literally the never give up attitude. In layman's term, if I should say, it's never give up. They both mean the same. Hold on to your dreams. Never alter your dreams. Cling on to them. Hold on to them. If you have decided to reach success, if you have decided to reach your goal, cling on to it. Never go for an alternate. Don't alter it. Be persistent. Hold on to it strong because it might take its own sweet time, but you will definitely reach your goal. Things might be against you. They may not be favorable, but it is very important for you to take steps when things are not favorable. See, there's a difference between being adamant or stubborn and being persistent. See, being adamant or stubborn leads to unsuccessfulness. You cannot be a successful person if you're adamant or stubborn. Because when you're adamant or stubborn, you want it at any cost. You need it at any cost. There's no compromise. But persistence is different. Persistence is when you wait for the right time. Adamant people and stubborn people do not wait for the right time. They want it at any cost. But persistence is when you wait for a favorable situation. Let things work according to, let things come, in a favorable manner so that you are able to reach your goal or you are able to go ahead with whatever you're working on. Life is compared to ocean. There are a lot of difficulties when you travel, when you sail, difficult weathers, especially storm, wind. We do not know. See, it's not going to be smooth. It's not a smooth sail. It's not very easy. There are a lot of difficulties that will come in your way, come on your way. But you need to learn to adapt yourself and keep working towards your goal. Just because you have difficulties that comes on your way, that shouldn't be deterring you. That shouldn't be stopping you from reaching your goal. Understand that life is an ocean. It's not very easy. The sail is not very easy. Travel is not very easy. Um, I have already shared with you the example of Demosthenes, one of the greatest orator of Athens. As he said, no, he had difficulty in pronouncing words. He had difficulty in speaking, talking, but he always dreamt of becoming a great orator. And sometimes when he used to talk, he had the habit of lifting one shoulder up. So he hung a sword on one side to prick him whenever his shoulder went up. And he was able to succeed. Today, he's one of the best known orators of history. Persistence is very important. A person who was stammering, who couldn't speak, who couldn't pronounce properly is known for being one of the greatest orator of his times. So nothing becomes impossible when you are persistent. Persistence breaks mountains of difficulties. Great mountains of difficulties can be broken. It's not very easy, but through persistence, yes, we can break mountains. We can make the impossible possible. Let me share with you the example of Marconi, who has made a tremendous contribution towards radio transmission. He had gone through a lot of tough times in his life. All his inventions, the patents were all stolen. His radio station caught fire. Banks refused to give him loan. And one day his wife asked him, "What shall we do now? What to do?" He said, "Maybe I should work even more harder." See, in spite of facing so much of difficulties and failures in life, still he thought that if he can work harder, he will be able to succeed. And today we still speak about Marconi and his contributions towards science. Change methodology, not goal. If you have plan A is not succeeding, you're not able to succeed through plan A, go for plan B. Unsuccessful, go for plan B. See, the change of methodology is fine. If this is not working, look for another way. Let's keep looking for an alternative way, but don't go for alternate goals. Goals should be fixed. The way in which you reach the goal, you can try various. As I have always said, look at things in all possible aspects. It's very important to look things. I think we spoke about this under thoughts, thinking process. There's so many possible aspects. Look at it in all possible aspects. It's very important to change methodology, but not goal. Don't alter your goal. Never get disappointed. Wait for the right time. Wait for the favorable time for it to happen. Be flexible and be ready to experiment. Things will not work in your way always, so being flexible is very important. and be ready to experiment things. As I said, no, go for different plans, plan A, B, C. If nothing works, go for D, E, F. There's n number of options. Nothing should stop you, but don't change your goal. Persistence helps you attain the behavior that you want, whatever you want for. When you are persistent, you are able to attain the same. Let me share an example of Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell was almost bankrupt when he invented telephone. But still, he persisted. He decided that he will not let go, and he started his first company, the Bell Company. And today, AT&T is one of the most, famous, the richest company in the world. So we should understand that persistence brings success. Let me quickly take you through the topics, the points to be remembered under persistence. There is absolutely no hurry to success. Wait for success, it will happen at its own time. Work hard. Keep working constantly and keep working hard to reach your goal. Be firm in spite of difficulty. That is persistence. You ought to learn to be firm. Never give up. Don't get dejected. Don't get discouraged. Hold on to your dreams. Don't get compromised. There's no compromise when it comes to your dreams. You will always have people who are working against you, people who will pass comments against you, but you need to learn to work against negativity. Being adamant and stubborn is way different from being persistent, because adamant and stubborn people are never successful. But being persistent is waiting for the favorable time for you to reach your goal. Life is an ocean. Nothing is very easy. It's always turbulent. With persistence, you can break the mountains of difficulties. The most difficult mountains can also be broken if you are persistent. Try changing the methodology if you're not being successful, but don't change your goal. Being flexible and experimentative is very important to adapt yourself and to go for innovation. Persistence helps you attain the behavior that you are looking for. And I have shared very well, examples of well-known personalities like Macroni and Graham Bell. These are just a few examples. If you look back at history, take biographies or autobiographies of successful people, they have all been persistent throughout their lifetime in order to become successful people. So it is very important to be persistent in order to be a person with great personality.